it's totally okay. It's totally okay to be scared. That's normal. You know what? Nothing wrong with that. It's not okay to let that fear keep you from doing something you want to do. All right, guys, here we go. When your kids are here, how do you get yourself in the mood? Any of you dudes, any of you guys skate with your kids? Do you have a method? Do you have a technique? There's one guy here on a bike. Both my kids, they're talking. Just sitting along the edge of the bowl. They're giggling. It's hard to tune out the things that they're doing when I'm skating. It's like I am in the back of my mind thinking about everything it is that they're doing. And it's hard to get myself into that focused, laying it down sort of attitude. When I get ready to come out here, I'm charged up. I've got all these ideas. I'm gonna set the camera. I'm just gonna hammer this. I'm gonna try to get myself into that beast mode feeling, and I'm just gonna push through it. I'm gonna do it today. I was gonna come out, work on some front side. I'm still gonna work on some really gnarly carve grinds in the deep end, and here I am thinking about my kids. I'm about to roll in the bowl thinking about, I wonder if my daughter knows how to use my phone to call my wife for some reason if I needed to. Stupid stuff, stuff that shouldn't even be crossing my mind. I'm thinking about everything you guys do when I'm skating. So when I skate and you hear my wheels coming, both of you be quiet, stop laughing, stop joking. Let me do my runs, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Right on. See if that helps. Either way, even the thought in your head is something that shouldn't be there. I gotta get rid of it. I gotta get myself over that. Get myself over that thought that this could possibly go negative. Get myself instead into the idea that I'm just holding back the radness that will be this day. The feeling I'm gonna have at the end of this day is gonna be great. I'm gonna have such success out here. I'm gonna wanna go home and try to explain it to my wife, and she's gonna say, "Don't you have a friend you can call?" Because she doesn't care. Not done yet. Get ready for this. Here we go. Get it, Roman. This one's gonna feel really good. Two times before that, my roll-in felt a little funky, like my balance was a little off. Maybe I was leaning a little more back than I wanted to on my back foot. That time the roll-in went good. I sort of celebrated that moment rolling down, and then rolling toward the deep end, toward the coping. I was celebrating. I was in sort of a, took me out of a more scared state of mind into a more positive feeling. And it brought me right into the coping. Why not get it this time? Up there, I lean. When I say look at the top of the coping, I mean this. As I'm coming up and I'm approaching this coping, say this is it, what I do is I picture if someone put a penny sitting right on top of this coping, and as I'm rolling up, I'm actually trying to bring my vision above this curve of the pipe to right here, right on the top. If I can bring my vision, my focus to there, I hit it almost every time. Of course, there's that little bit of fear sometimes coming into it. Oh, it's too hard. It's too far. And truthfully, the one that makes me feel like that is probably that one where my kingpins come up. So I shouldn't be scared of that feeling. I should just know that I'm a beast. If I fall, I'm always lucky. And I'm built tough, you know? So I can handle it even if I've fallen. And you want to know the truth? I've never fallen in the deep end, ever. So why would it happen now? All right, let's get some grinds. Let's get it. Yeah, okay. Take that one. Let's do that again. Okay, it's feeling good though. It's feeling good. But hey, what the homie told me was this. I'm goofy foot. This is the front end of the board. When I do it, I got this set up at 15.5. When I ride this board, I got my, I'm covering all the bolts with my front foot. There is a 16-inch setup, but because I got the 160, or because I got the 63mm wheels here, I don't want to get too much wheel bite by moving the truck up more and getting the wheel more into this area. So I'm leaving that 15.5 setup. However, I do think I would like a longer wheelbase. So anyway, what Brandon was telling me was this. When you're typically a kick turner, you're more focused on having the majority of your weight past the midline, so on the back of the board. I tell my kids that when they're carving around here and they're doing those little baby kick turns around the deep end, you gotta stay weighted in the back, otherwise when they do those little kick turns, they get this shuffle which causes a slide out. So if you're turning by lifting your front wheels up, you really need to stay weighted here. But now if you're carving, you should take your weight and you should position it more forward. Now you're gonna be a little bit more weight on your front foot. It's definitely more front foot, front truck focused. When you're going into a grind down there, stay on your front. So it's not exaggerated, right? Obviously, it's just from the middle of the board forward, you have a little more weight here. And when you come around, you focus on your front truck and not your back truck. So for you kick turners, that's something that's not gonna come natural. It's something that I had to make myself do. And it was until meeting the dude Brandon from my last couple videos that was skating in the tan button-down shirt that was getting, rides the same deck but with the cross pattern. He's getting all the really hard carve grinds out here. It's the advice he gave me, and I'll be honest, the advice all helped. All legitimate recommendations for sure. I see the validity to everything he said, and everything he said has helped me. I honestly started riding this board out here because he rode a board this shape, the 10-inch, and I thought, well, if he's doing it, maybe I'll do it. He rides with the 169, I put a 215. I figured a little more real estate down here to slide on the coping might be a little more forgiving. He kind of cracked a joke with me like, you're cheating. Like, that's all good. I don't mind cheating at 48. So that's what it is. That's what it is. He's not being a jerk about it though. He's cool. So let's do some more. Come on. What do we got next? Let's see.